what's up everybody, and welcome to Sweetwater. I am here today with a bunch of my Pearl Igniter snares, showing you guys some snare drum sound hacks. I wanted to do something where some of them are things that you can purchase and you can add on to your collection of drum gear, and other things are just household items that you probably have at home, and I wanted to give you something that with any budget, you can create a cool sound on your snare drum. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each one of these and show you a little bit of the sound I'm getting, and then I'm also going to take them and play them in a kit context so you can kind of hear what it sounds like with these drums used with your drum set. And of course, you can tune them however you like. Some of these are tuned up a little bit, some of them are tuned down a little bit. And a lot of these give a nice beefy, fat kind of sound out of the drum. And I really hope you're excited for it, because I am. So let's get started. All right, so over here on my left, your right, I have an Aquarian kick patch. It's a 12-inch patch, and I've taped it down with a little gaff, but if you want it permanent, you can actually stick it to the drum. Then next up, this is one that you probably have laying around. If you ever have an extra snare head, you can actually flip it upside down and lay it on the drum, and you get a nice fat beefy tone. I actually used that one at a church camp I played recently, and we wanted the drum to be just fatter and beefier, and so I was like, oh, well, I'll just throw a head on there, and it was awesome. Next up, this is the Big Fat Snare Drum 14-inch little jingler. And so this has little tambourines on it, and it gives a really cool added effect. You get that low end, but you also get the brightness of the tambourine jingles, and I think that's a really fun add. All right, so right here on the next drum, I'm actually using dampeners, and these are called drum tacks. And so these stick on your drum. You can put them on any of your drums. They help to control ring, overtones, and you can actually kind of craft the tone of your cymbals and stuff too. But these are a lot of fun because you can use as little as one or as many as you'd like. And right here, I'm using 3. Then we have a splash cymbal, and I actually like to put it on a hi-hat clutch so I can lift it up and down off of the drum, so you can get a bunch of tones with this. So next up, I've got an option here for you. If you don't have a big budget, you don't want to go out and buy anything, you just want to change the sound of your drum. This is gaff tape. Now, you may not have gaff tape at home, but painter's tape, scotch tape, even sometimes packaging tape can work and help to control the tones of the drum. And so this is just 4 pieces of gaff tape. Eliminates a lot of the ring from the drum and gives you a little bit more of a controlled sound. All right, so next up is the Big Fat Snare Drum. Mute again here, and this actually has a larger hole in the center, so there's less weight on the drum and less dampening, and it also doesn't have the jingler, so this is definitely a different sound. Nice and fat and deep and low, and not a lot of overtones to worry about when you're recording or playing, and so nice little add-on there. And up next is one of my favorites, because I've used this many a time when I didn't have anything on me. I forgot. I was like, oh man, I don't have any gaff tape. I don't have a Big Fat Snare Drum. I don't have drum tacks. And so I pull out my wallet. And the cool thing about your wallet is you can take things out of it and put things into it to increase the weight. You take it out. You've got a different tone than what you have when you have everything in the actual wallet. And so you can kind of adjust it, and you can make your own sound with the wallet, and it sits on there pretty well. Sometimes you have to move it around. And the last one here is kind of the funniest one for me, but I actually really enjoy sometimes doing something like this. You can use paper, or right here I'm using like a washcloth, and what it does is it takes away a lot of the attack on the head itself and gives you a really, really deep tone. So check this out. So this is actually paired with a low-tuned head, and so you get a lot of that low-end beefiness of the drum and not a ton of response. And so it's one of those things where, you know, for a certain song, you're looking for a certain sound, and one of these ideas right here is probably going to get you that sound that you're looking for. So hope you've enjoyed the hacks. I'm going to show you on the kit what these sound like with a groove, so you can kind of get a feel for like, oh, I like that sound with that groove, or I could probably use this here. So let's go to the kit and let's check it out. All right, guys, those are your 10 drum hacks for creating cool snare sounds. I hope you enjoyed this video. Wanted to give you a little taste of what it sounds like behind the kit, and all the drums were tuned a little bit differently. It wasn't like a controlled experiment. I wanted to show you some of the different sounds you can get. Have fun, play drums. That's what it's all about, and thanks so much for watching. All right, so I'm sure if you were counting, you're like, that was only 9, and I got you. It was only 9. The 10th hack is natural reverb, or I don't know if this is natural reverb, but check out what a racquetball court will do for your snare drum. It's not muddy at all.